Hey everyone, ready to take a deep dive into the world of construction quality management?
You're going to unpack what it takes to ace that interview.
Oh yeah, and land your dream job.
Think of this as your personalized prep session.
We're going to be tackling those tricky
I'm
questions
giving you those insider tips to stand out.
from the crowd.
And I've got a secret weapon up our sleeve.
Oh, do tell.
RoleCatcher.
Okay, so RoleCatcher.
RoleCatcher is this platform with tons of resources for job seekers.
Treasures galore.
Career guides, interview guides,
Ooh.
even AI-powered tools to help you tailor your application
Wow.
and practice those interview skills. We're going to be drawing from those insights throughout this whole deep dive.
Okay, so let's start by really understanding what a construction quality manager actually does.
More than inspections, right?
So much more.
Think of it as being like the guardian of quality for construction projects.
The protector of quality.
From making sure all the materials meet standards to aligning the whole process with building codes. And, of course, keeping that budget in check.
Always the budget. Now, the career guide also mentions there are a lot of different work environments.
Oh, well, for sure.
One day you could be on a construction site, the next you're in the office.
Maybe even a manufacturing plant.
Variety is the spice of
You
life.
got it. And you'll be interacting with a whole team.
Okay.
Project managers, engineers, subcontractors,
Right.
even clients. So you need strong communication and collaboration skills. That's key.
Absolutely. Okay, and this is where it gets really, really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Technology. It's really changing the game.
For sure.
Quality control software.
Automated inspection tools.
All these innovations that are making quality management so much more efficient.
And data-driven.
Exactly.
So you're not just keeping up with the trends in construction, you're at the forefront, you're integrating technology to just boost quality.
So exciting.
That's a big part of what makes this role so exciting.
And in demand.
You got it.
Okay, so we've laid the groundwork.
Foundation is set.
Let's get down to, the real deal here.
Yeah.
The interview itself. Don't worry, we're not throwing you into the deep end without a life vest.
Absolutely not.
RoleCatcher's interview guide has, like, a goldmine
Treasure trove.
of potential questions. So we've handpicked a few of the trickiest ones.
To really dissect today.
Ooh, surgery.
So for each question, we'll break down what that interviewer is actually looking for, brainstorm potential follow-ups, and offer tips on how to craft your answer to really showcase your expertise and make you unforgettable. Remember, it's not just about getting the right answer. It's about demonstrating your thought process, how you solve problems, and your passion for quality.
That's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
All right, let's dive into question number 1.
Okay, hit me.
Can you tell us about your experience with construction quality management? Sounds pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But I bet there's more to it than just listing your previous roles.
Oh, absolutely. This is your chance to paint that picture of your relevant experience. Showcase the projects you've worked on, specific responsibilities, and most importantly, the tangible results you achieved.
Okay.
Don't just tell them you have experience, show them. What does that experience look like in action?
Right. So instead of just saying, I manage quality on a bridge construction project, you might say, as the quality manager on this large-scale bridge project, I implemented a new inspection process that actually reduced defects by 15%.
Love it.
And saved the project $20,000.
Put a number on it, quantify your achievements whenever possible, makes your contributions more impactful, memorable.
Right.
Now, be ready for those follow-up questions. They're going to dig deeper into specific projects.
Okay.
They might ask, tell me about a time you faced a particularly challenging quality issue and how you resolved it.
Okay.
Or how did you ensure compliance with safety regulations on that project?
Ooh, good one.
Yep.
So that's where having those concrete examples really prepped and ready.
Makes you shine. It's like having a toolbox of stories that demonstrate your skills and experience in a way that's really compelling.
Yeah, and this is where RoleCatcher's AI can help you out.
Oh, yeah.
Their platform can identify the most relevant skills and experience to highlight based on that specific job description.
It's like having a personal assistant.
Wow.
Helping you tailor your answers perfectly to each opportunity.
Okay, question number 2.
Lay it on me.
How do you ensure compliance with building codes and regulations? This feels a little bit more technical. How do we demonstrate our knowledge without getting bogged down in all the jargon?
Focus on your process for staying up to date with the latest codes and regulations.
Okay.
Mention the resources that you use, any software or databases you rely on, and maybe even a specific example of a time where you had to research and implement a change due to a code update.
So instead of just saying, I know the building codes, you might say,
Hmm.
I regularly consult the International Building Code and use online resources like the ICC digital codes to make sure I'm up to date on all the latest regulations.
I like it.
Recently, I had to research and implement a change to the fire suppression system on a project because of a new code requirement,
Yes.
which ensured that the building met the highest safety standards.
Perfect. You demonstrated your knowledge, your proactive approach to staying informed, and how you apply that knowledge in a real-world scenario. Now, be ready for some hypothetical questions.
Ooh, I love hypotheticals.
These are going to test your problem-solving skills.
Okay.
They might ask, imagine you discover a subcontractor is using materials that don't meet code requirements. What steps would you take?
Okay. I can feel my construction quality manager brain, like, kicking into gear.
There you go.
It's all about staying calm, assessing that situation, and knowing the right steps to take to make sure everything's compliant and safe.
You got it. And this is another area where RoleCatcher can come in. Their AI can analyze that job description and identify potential red flags or even challenging situations specific to that role or industry. That way, you can practice addressing those issues and feel more confident handling whatever curveballs they throw at you.
Love it. All right, on to question number 3.
All right, what do we got?
How do you manage and address quality issues that arise during construction? It feels like this one's all about showing we can handle the heat when things inevitably go wrong.
For sure. They want to see your process for identifying, documenting, and resolving issues. Think of your answer like a mini case study.
Okay.
Briefly describe the issue, outline those steps you took, highlight how you communicated with all the parties involved, and of course, emphasize that positive outcome you achieved.
So instead of just saying, I fix problems,
Right.
you might say, during the construction of this high-rise building, I noticed a discrepancy in the window installation that could have led to some water damage. I immediately documented the issue, collaborated with the architect and the subcontractor to figure out what was causing it, and implemented a corrective action plan that made sure the windows were installed properly and we stayed on schedule.
Great example. You've shown your attention to detail, proactive approach to solving those problems, and your ability to work as a team to achieve a positive outcome. Now, be prepared for follow-up questions about your experience with specific quality management tools or techniques.
Oh.
They might ask, have you used any software for tracking defects or managing corrective actions? Or describe your approach to conducting root cause analysis.
It's clear they're looking for more than just that theoretical knowledge.
They want to see it in action.
They want to see how you apply those principles to those real-world situations.
Exactly. And remember, every interview is a learning opportunity. Even if you don't have direct experience with a specific tool or technique, you can still demonstrate that willingness to learn and adapt. You can say something like, well, I haven't used that particular software. I'm familiar with similar programs, and I'm confident in my ability to learn new systems quickly.
Great tip. Showing you're a fast learner and you can adapt.
So valuable.
In any role, especially in a field like construction where the technology is constantly evolving.
Oh, for sure. And this is another area where RoleCatcher can really help you. Their AI can identify those most in-demand skills and software programs based on the roles that you're targeting and the industry, so you can really focus your learning and development efforts on the areas that'll give you the biggest edge.
Amazing. Okay, now let's move on to question number 4. How do you ensure that some contractors and vendors meet quality standards? This feels like it's about demonstrating our ability to manage external partners.
And hold them accountable for quality. Exactly right. So, highlight your process for vetting subcontractors, communicating those clear expectations, and monitoring their work throughout the project. You can mention specific contract clauses, inspection checklists, or reporting procedures you've used to maintain quality control.
So instead of just saying, I make sure subcontractors do good work, I could say, I start by thoroughly vetting all the potential subcontractors, making sure they have a proven track record of quality workmanship and that they adhere to safety standards.
Love it.
Then, I work closely with them to establish clear expectations that are outlined in detailed contracts, and I provide regular on-site inspections to monitor their progress and address any deviations from the agreed-upon standards.
Perfect. You've showcased your proactive approach to quality management and your ability to establish that clear communication and accountability with those external partners.
Accountability is key.
Now be prepared for those follow-up questions about your experience handling those difficult situations with subcontractors. They might ask, Describe a time when a subcontractor's work consistently fell short of quality standards. How did you address the issue?
Okay.
Or how do you balance maintaining positive relationships with vendors while ensuring they meet your quality expectations?
Oh, those are some tough scenarios.
Yeah.
But I can see how practicing those conversations with RoleCatcher's AI feedback would be, like, so valuable.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a mock interview where you can refine those communication skills and develop strategies for handling those really challenging conversations with confidence and grace.
Exactly. The AI can provide insights into those specific communication styles and approaches that are most effective in different situations, helping you tailor your responses to the nuance of each interaction.
Okay, let's move on to question number 5.
Right.
How do you ensure that all project documentation is accurate and up to date? This one might seem, I don't know, it's a little less exciting than tackling a major construction issue.
Right.
But I have a feeling it's just as crucial.
It is, absolutely. Accurate documentation is the backbone of any successful construction project. It ensures everyone is working from the same information.
Right.
It minimizes errors, and it helps track progress and accountability.
So it's not just about filing paperwork.
No.
It's about being that information hub, the one everyone relies on
Yeah.
for the right specs, the latest revisions.
It's like being...
It's like a construction librarian,
I love that analogy.
but with way more responsibility.
So much more. And that's exactly the kind of enthusiasm and ownership you want to convey in your answer.
Right.
Talk about your system for organizing documents, version control, regular reviews, and any software that you use to keep everything streamlined.
For example, I could say, I use a cloud-based document management system to centralize all the project files
Yeah.
and make sure everyone has access to the latest versions. And then I implement a rigorous version control process with clear naming conventions and revision tracking.
Very important.
This ensures accuracy and transparency throughout the entire project lifecycle.
Excellent. You've shown your meticulous attention to detail and your understanding of those best practices for document control.
Yeah?
Now, get ready for some follow-up questions about specific software or methodologies. They might ask, what platforms have you used for managing construction drawings and specifications?
Okay.
Or describe your process for handling requests for information, RFIs, and ensuring those responses are timely and accurate.
Okay, I'm seeing a pattern here. Every question is a chance to not just state facts, but actually demonstrate your skills and experience with real-world examples.
Exactly. It's like that old saying, show, don't tell.
I love that.
And RoleCatcher's AI feedback can help you refine those examples and make sure you're really hitting the key points that the interviewer is looking for. Think of it as having a personal editor for your interview responses, just helping you craft those concise, impactful answers that really show off your expertise.
I love that. Okay, now let's tackle question number 6. Can you describe a time when you had to resolve a quality issue on a construction project?
Ah, the classic behavioral question.
It is.
This is where we get to tell a story.
Story time.
Yeah.
But remember, it's not just about recounting an anecdote. It's about choosing a situation that really challenged you and where your actions made a difference.
Okay.
Set the scene briefly, outline those specific steps you took, highlight your thought process, any obstacles you overcame,
Yeah.
and of course, end on a positive note by describing that successful resolution.
So it's like a mini hero's journey
Good.
with me as the quality champion. I might say something like, during the construction of a hospital wing, we found a discrepancy in the HVAC system installation. It could have compromised the air quality.
Oh, no.
I immediately halted all the work, collaborated with the engineers and subcontractors to find out the root cause, and developed a revised installation plan that met all the safety and quality standards.
The project was completed successfully, the hospital wing opened right on schedule, and we ensured a safe and healthy environment for all the patients and staff.
Fantastic. You provided context, detailed your actions, and you highlighted that positive outcome. Now, get ready for those follow-up questions that dig deeper into your problem-solving approach. They might ask, who did you need to inform about the issue, and how did you tailor your message to each audience?
Okay.
Or, looking back, is there anything you would have done differently to prevent that issue from arising in the first place?
Okay, those follow-ups really get to the core of critical thinking.
For sure.
And continuous improvement. It's not just about fixing a problem, but learning from it and preventing similar issues in the future.
Exactly. And that's the kind of forward-thinking mindset that really impresses those interviewers. Remember, they're not just looking for someone who can put out fires. They're looking for someone who can anticipate them
Right.
and proactively create solutions.
Absolutely. Yeah, all right. On to question number 7.
Let's hear it.
How do you ensure that all work is completed on schedule and within budget? That feels like a real juggling act.
It is.
How do we convince them that we can handle those competing priorities?
It's all about showcasing those project management skills and your understanding of the balance between time, cost, and quality. Talk about your experience with scheduling software, cost tracking tools, and your process for identifying those potential risks and developing mitigation strategies.
So instead of just listing a bunch of tools, I could say I use project management software like Primavera P6 to develop those detailed schedules, track progress, and identify potential delays.
Right.
I also work really closely with the project team to establish those clear communication channels and address any issues that could impact the timeline or the budget.
Nice.
For example, on a recent project, we anticipated a potential material shortage and secured alternative suppliers to avoid any delays.
That's a great example. You demonstrated your proactive approach to project management and your ability to anticipate and mitigate those risks. Now, be ready for follow-up questions that dive into your experience with specific methodologies.
Okay.
They might ask, are you familiar with agile or waterfall approaches? How have you applied those in your work?
Okay.
Or they might give you a hypothetical scenario. Imagine a critical subcontractor falls behind schedule, potentially impacting the project timeline and budget. How would you approach that situation?
Okay, I'm starting to sweat a little.
Yeah, those are tough.
But I can see how practicing these types of questions with RoleCatcher's AI feedback
Oh, it's a game changer.
would be such a game changer. It's like having that mock interview with an expert who can pinpoint exactly where you need to improve
And offer those tailored suggestions.
and offer tailored suggestions for strengthening your answers.
Exactly. The AI can analyze those responses, identify areas for improvement, and give you specific feedback on how to make your answers more concise, impactful, and relevant to the specific job. It's like having a personal interview coach right in your computer. So cool. Okay, let's tackle question number 8.
All right, bring it on.
How do you ensure that all work is completed to the required quality standards?
This thing's really broad. Where do we even begin?
It's an invitation to showcase your comprehensive understanding of those quality management principles and how you apply them in practice.
Okay.
Talk about your process for establishing those clear quality standards,
Okay.
communicating those expectations to the team,
Right.
conducting inspections, and documenting any deviations.
So it's like painting a picture of my whole quality management system from start to finish.
You got it.
I might say, I start by working really closely with the project team to define clear quality standards based on the project specifications
Yeah.
and any applicable codes and regulations. And these standards are then communicated to all the team members through regular meetings, training sessions, and visual aids that are posted on the job site.
I like it.
I conduct regular inspections using standardized checklists to verify compliance and document any deviations. Any issues that are identified are addressed promptly
Nice.
through a collaborative problem-solving process that involves all the stakeholders.
Excellent. You've provided a clear overview of your quality management approach, and you highlighted that commitment to communication, collaboration, and continuous improvement. Now, be prepared for those follow-up questions that really test your depth of knowledge.
Okay.
They might ask, what types of inspections do you typically conduct? Have you used any statistical process control methods?
Okay.
Or how do you motivate and empower your team to really take ownership of quality?
Okay. Those follow-ups highlight the importance of both technical expertise and leadership skills.
Absolutely.
It's clear that being a construction quality manager requires a unique blend of knowledge, experience, and the ability to inspire and guide a team toward that shared vision of quality.
You hit the nail on the head. And remember, while technical skills are essential, don't underestimate the power of those soft skills like communication, collaboration, and problem solving. Those are often the qualities that differentiate exceptional candidates from the rest.
Absolutely. Okay, on to question number 9.
All right, let's hear it.
How do you ensure that all project stakeholders are informed about quality issues in progress? Communication is key here, right?
It is.
But with so many stakeholders,
yeah,
how do we keep everyone in the loop without drowning them in too much information?
That is the challenge. It's about understanding the needs and expectations of those different stakeholders.
Right.
And tailoring your communication accordingly.
Oh,
Talk about your experience with various communication channels, like regular meetings, progress reports, or online dashboards.
yeah.
Highlight your ability to synthesize that complex information into concise and actionable updates.
So it's about being a communication chameleon.
I love it.
Adapting my style and approach to each audience.
Yeah.
I might say I utilize a multifaceted communication strategy.
Nice.
That includes regular progress meetings with the project team, concise weekly reports for senior management, and a dedicated online portal where stakeholders can access real-time project data and documentation.
Very nice.
I tailor my communication to the specific needs of each audience, ensuring they receive the information they need in a timely and accessible format.
Excellent. You demonstrated your understanding of effective stakeholder communication and your ability to adapt your approach to those different audiences. Be ready for those follow-up questions that assess your communication skills. They might ask, describe a time when you had to deliver some bad news about a quality issue to a stakeholder. How do you handle that situation?
Ooh.
Or, how do you ensure that all those stakeholders are aligned on quality goals and expectations?
Okay, those are some tricky scenarios.
They are.
That require diplomacy, tact, and a deep understanding of human dynamics.
Yeah.
It's clear that communication is not just about conveying information. It's about building relationships.
It is.
Fostering trust and navigating complex interpersonal interactions.
And this is where RoleCatcher's AI feedback can be incredibly valuable.
Absolutely.
By practicing those challenging conversations with the AI, you can refine your communication style, develop strategies for handling those difficult situations, and gain that confidence to effectively navigate the complexities of stakeholder communication.
Okay, last question for this section. Question number 10. How do you ensure that all project team members are aware of quality standards and expectations? This one feels like it's about leadership.
It is.
Setting the tone for quality right from the very beginning. It's about creating that culture of quality.
For sure.
Where everyone on the team really understands
their role.
Yeah, their role in achieving those standards.
You got it.
It's not just telling people what to do. It's empowering them to take ownership.
Exactly. Think about your approach to training, onboarding, and ongoing communication. You can mention specific tools or techniques you use to reinforce quality standards, like visual aids, checklists, or regular team huddles.
So I might say, I believe in fostering that collaborative approach to quality management where every team member feels empowered to contribute.
Yeah.
I conduct regular training sessions to make sure everyone understands the project's quality standards and their individual roles in achieving them. We also use visual aids like flowcharts and diagrams posted around the job site to reinforce those key concepts and create a shared understanding of quality expectations.
Love it.
We also hold weekly team huddles where we discuss any quality concerns and brainstorm solutions together.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
You've shown your leadership style and your commitment to creating that culture of quality where everyone feels valued and empowered. Be prepared for those follow-up questions that assess your leadership style and approach to team development.
Okay.
They might ask, how do you give feedback on quality-related issues in a constructive and motivating way?
Okay.
Or describe your approach to team building and fostering a collaborative work environment where everyone feels comfortable raising quality concerns.
Those are insightful questions that highlight the importance of interpersonal skills and emotional intelligence in leadership.
Absolutely.
It's not just about having the technical knowledge. It's about creating a positive and supportive environment where team members feel comfortable communicating openly.
And working together.
To achieve those common goals.
Absolutely. And remember, the best leaders are also great listeners and communicators. They're able to create that shared understanding of quality expectations, provide clear and concise instructions, and foster that environment where everyone feels valued and respected.
Okay, before we wrap up, let's touch on some career insights and advancement paths for construction quality managers. According to the Career Guide, this is a field with high earning potential.
Yeah.
And plenty of room for growth.
That's right. You can climb that ladder within a company's quality management department, maybe move into project management, or even specialize in a particular area, like quality assurance or quality control.
Specializations sound interesting.
Yeah.
Can you give us a couple examples of why those might be valuable?
Sure. You could specialize in a specific type of construction, like green building or infrastructure projects. Or you could become an expert in a particular quality management methodology,
Right.
like Six Sigma or lean construction. These specializations can make you a highly sought-after expert and open up all sorts of new career opportunities.
So you're not just building your career, you're building your expertise too.
Hmm.
Now, what about certifications? Are there any that could give us an edge in the job market?
Oh, definitely. Some noteworthy ones include the Certified Quality Manager,
Yeah.
CQM,
Yeah.
Certified Construction Manager, CCM,
Mhm.
and Certified Construction Quality Technician, CCQT. These certifications show your commitment to professional development
Right.
and can make you a more competitive candidate.
It sounds like continuous learning is really key in this field.
It is.
Not only to stay up to date with the latest technologies and regulations, but to develop those leadership skills and advance your career.
You got it. And remember, RoleCatcher can be a valuable resource throughout your whole career journey.
Absolutely.
Their platform offers tons of information on industry trends, professional development opportunities, and career advancement strategies.
Okay, so let's circle back to how RoleCatcher's AI can help you nail those interviews.
Yeah.
We talked about tailoring your CV,
Mhm.
practicing interview answers, but can you give us like a more in-depth look at how their AI works its magic?
Absolutely. Imagine having an AI co-pilot that analyzes job descriptions, identifies those key skills and keywords,
Great.
suggests relevant examples from your experience, and even gives you real-time feedback on your answers as you practice.
Wow.
That's the power of RoleCatcher's AI.
It sounds almost too good to be true. Can you walk us through how it works?
Well, you start by uploading your CV and the job description you're targeting. The AI analyzes both documents and finds those areas where you can strengthen your application
Uh-huh.
and your interview responses. It suggests relevant skills to highlight,
Right.
provides sample answers tailored to that specific job, and even helps you anticipate those potential follow-up questions.
So it's like having a personal interview coach right there on your computer.
Exactly. It takes the guesswork out of interview prep and helps you present your best self to potential employers.
Amazing. Okay, listeners, if you're serious about landing that construction quality manager job, RoleCatcher is your go-to resource.
It is.
They have everything you need to prepare for interviews, plan your career, and achieve your professional goals.
Don't just take our word for it. Check them out for yourself.
Yeah.
We'll provide all those links and information at the end of this deep dive.
All right, so before we sign off, let's leave you with a final thought to ponder. As you start your job search, ask yourself, what emerging construction technologies excite you most, and how would you bring that passion to this role?
That's a great question. It's about showing those potential employers that you're not just knowledgeable about what's happening now, but you're thinking ahead to the future of construction. What innovations are shaping the industry? How can you be a part of that change?
And remember, RoleCatcher is there to support you every step of the way.
Absolutely.
Their resources can help you stay ahead of the curve, identify those emerging trends, and position yourself for success in this dynamic
And rewarding.
and rewarding field.
Your dream job is out there, and we're here to help you get it.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of construction quality management.
We hope you feel
We hope you feel empowered and inspired.
to take your career
Take your career to the next level.